How are you? It's Fred from Fiji, Nandi, Bula, and hope you are all doing well today. Today, this morning, well, it's almost midday, but I'm trying out, I'm trying out a little bit of a eating routine where I don't eat for so many hours and so forth. Obviously, because the amount of activity we got going on these days. But otherwise, before this burns. I am doing a review, sort of, on making pancakes. I just want to thank my wife for giving me this opportunity. So thanks a lot, Terry. Really appreciate it. And you know how these pancakes go. So let me just see what I'm doing first, and I will just put this up a little bit so I can see what you're seeing. And okay, so I got my pen. So I kind of don't understand why I never really understood why they make them so small. And so I tried that. Well, you know how it usually goes, right? So one thing I noticed making using the flour and the water, obviously, to make pancakes, is you almost can't get it wrong. You almost can't get it wrong, right? Because it'll either turn into, like, as we call it in Fiji, panikeke waidala, which is like, like flattened pancakes that's very flexible, or very very soft to very soft to touch, very flexible. Or actually, you could even go one further. You could even make those really wide, long. um, like you can't get it wrong when it comes to flour. Thanks, Billy. Yeah. Um, so you can't get it wrong when you. I get distracted with all the comments, but you can't get it wrong when you're mixing flour and water. You really can't, because it's either gonna turn into I forget what they call the really long, the really wide, very thin pancake. Um, God, if somebody hears this, if you're on live right now, just type that in, because I can't see anybody that's coming on live when you're doing it from your laptop. I forget what the name, but it's that really long, really wide, round, wide, very thin, and you can roll it up. God, my mom used to make them a lot. But anyway, you either go from that, you can go from that if it's really like, what do you call it? Really, if the consistency is really thin, or you could make it really, or if you make it thick, then of course you turn it into maybe like a, I don't know what like a mbamba cow. We call it in Fiji mbamba cow. I don't know what you guys call it wherever you're from, but it's sort of like, I believe you use a little bit of self-raising flour, so it puffs it up a little bit. So almost like a fluffy pancake. So, for all you fathers at home who, have to make breakfast sometimes, flour and water, man. Who'd ever think that this will turn into, like, I know they've been doing it all the time. There we go. Creeps, craps. Okay, that's the fancy word. That's the hotel word. I forget the other word that we used to call it at home. But anyway, yes, craps, creeps. That's the one. You know exactly which one I'm talking about. So anyway, let me just throw these ones in before I. So I couldn't figure out why. I could not figure out why we used to make them. So my mom, and of course I see my aunties and everybody, they make them like, oh, that looks like a bit of a mask. Why they used to make them so well? Why they used to make them so small? I couldn't figure that out. Why would they make them so? Maybe why make them so small when you could, make them a little bit bigger? As a matter of fact, you could just make them like really, really big, like one big one. And then I realized that because when we were little, in my household, there was like nearly 10 kids at one stage. Not to mention our cousins and neighbors and friends. So no wonder mom had to make them real small so that we could share them around. Otherwise, since it's meal by myself for the next couple of days, I'm gonna be making these big ones, right? Just one, two, and we're good. Oh my God, this is about to go. Oh, that looks pretty good. That looks much better than the others. But yeah, anyway, guys, I thought I'd just share that with you guys. And um, pancake, man. Oh yeah, I added a little bit of sugar to the pancake. You have to kind of keep it things so I don't have to go through the butter and the jam. So just a little bit of brown sugar. I think that's a little bit more healthier than the white sugar. But otherwise, yeah, guys, what a way to start the day. A little bit late for me in terms of my breakfast, but I usually am up very, very early. But otherwise, it's just a couple of it's just one meal a day, guys. That's all you need these days. Just one meal. Let me put this one back on. Okay. Yeah, so it's pretty much one meal these days, especially when we're not that active. Although for some of you that are working, some of you that are working on your gardens, um, you know, just a little bit of common sense. Um, anyway, I've got enough in me to sell feed for like 3 months. Anyway, I thought I'd just throw this out there. Hope you guys are taking care of yourselves and looking after each other, looking after your neighbors and your families wherever they are. Um, get ready for the long haul, guys. This is gonna go. This is gonna go for a while. But let's not try to focus too much on things that we can't control, and focus on stuff that we can. Because that's the only way we can get through this. So focus on stuff that you can. And just remember, guys, the money is not gone. The money is not gone. It's just been redirected into other areas, into other businesses, into other institutions. So as how you and I usually know it, how there's normal business as well. This is just to show that there are businesses out there, or industries out there that are making money as well, even during, not as well, but they are making money at this time. So look for those opportunities, because the money is not gone, it's just been redirected. Just remember that. So in those few words, I'm going to go and enjoy my pancakes, and you guys enjoy yours today. Thank you, and see you on the next videos. Vinaka.